What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now today we got the testing grounds from the live stream, so we're just gonna go over this and see what they got for us.
Break, see how that feels. I'm super hyped for it, so it should be really interesting.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Same here. So we've been video showcasing.
Is Yorm in here?
We'll come back, give our final thoughts, and continue on with the show. So JC, you ready?
I'm ready.
Yep.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. Hello, everybody. So today we're going to be looking at changes that are coming to the testing grounds. We're going to have Valkyrie changes, Tiandi changes, and counter guard break changes. So first up, we're going to start with Valkyrie.
And Yorm, right? Where's Yorm?
So Valkyrie is one of our older heroes. She doesn't have that much offense. A lot of her stuff can be dodged on one timing. Sweep doesn't really work.
No.
And so we're really trying to make her, to give her better openers, and also to give her better pressure and offense in general. And for that, we're going to start with Shield Crush and Shield Tackle. So
they hate me.
We've actually
removed
Shield Crush in this testing now. They replaced it with Shield Tackle.
They hate me.
And you can no longer do Shield Tackle from back dodge, right? So right now I just did back dodge and guard break.
I am your only Yorm player. Can I please get an update? Please, I'm begging you. I am the one and only Yorm player on this game. Can I please get an update?
Can't do it anymore from this, but you can now do it from front dodge instead. So if you do heavy, you can soft feint into Shield Tackle. You can do zone, soft feint into Shield Tackle. Wait, it didn't work there. There we go. So everywhere where you could use Shield Crush, you can now use Shield Tackle instead. Shield Tackle also now guarantees a light when it lands. It still blocks attacks like before. So if there we go. You can also now dodge out of it, so that gives you a little bit more defensive options. So that's quite interesting. And what's also cool with it is that now we have a new kind of mix-up that we've never really had before.
What you mean?
Which is if your opponent thinks that you're going to Shield Tackle, they can just guard break and to try to beat your Shield Tackle attempt, right? There you go. So that works. But if I let my heavy go and they attempt to guard break, my heavy is going to land instead. So we're really trying to do something a little bit different here.
Okay, I thought they were going to bring a new mechanic.
More impact on Valkyrie, gives her a better reason to use Shield Tackle. And it's kind of like using maybe like a charge attack as a soft feint or something. So it's kind of interesting.
So basically what you would do...
it really pushes a attack while you're defending and defend while you're attacking mindset.
Right,
really wanted to have for Valkyrie.
Right.
That's super different. It feels really cool. I can't wait for people to try it out.
Yeah.
And
he basically just said
Another thing to know is that, as usual, that light that you have here leads to sweep.
That sweep looks fast. That sweep looks fast.
So using that, you can really go into your sweep a lot more often and have those mix-ups work quite well. So speaking of sweep, it is now 500 milliseconds
I knew it.
instead of 6.
I knew it.
Should make it a lot less reactable. Should work quite much better.
Right.
It no longer unbalances allies or multiple opponents.
Ooh.
So it only really unbalances the character you are locked onto.
Great.
We made that change because we have to choose between one or the other. And unbalancing allies made so that ganking when you're using sweep was much more difficult because you risked unbalancing your friends and your allies, and then they couldn't get guaranteed damage on top of it, so that made a difference here. And last but not least, the sweep follow-up is now frame advantage, right?
Oh.
So now if I mash light, and my opponent mashes light, see, as you see here, I was able to hit them almost on the way coming back up. They can still block, right? So if I go at top light here, it's still blockable, but I have frame advantage. So it lets Valkyrie really keep the offense up. Using sweep in 1v1 situations will really help you, and keeping that frame advantage really helps Valkyrie in this position. Then we have Pouncing Thrust and Hunter Strike. So Pouncing Thrust has more range now, a lot more range, so that's quite good. And they're now all enhanced as well. So as you see here, like that's really, like, you're going to get interrupted on block.
Let's go.
Lets Valkyrie really go further into her chains, be able to sweep, really initiate a lot more. Her side dodge lights, so Pouncing Thrusts now have more forward movement as well. So they used to be quite bad. Like, they didn't really hit forward much. She didn't really move a lot. So with this, you really have a lot more forward movement. They also have more side movement, right? So if you do it like this, she moves more to the side, so that's good. And they also now have proper iframes. It's kind of hard to show here, but the idea is that with those iframes, let's go like this, yeah.
No,
it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to dodge and properly do dodge attacks with this in group fights and a lot of different situations, so it works quite well. Then we have something for attacks. So all of our heavy attacks have more forward movement now. It doesn't really show, but one of the big things that used to happen is if you did a side light, a left light into heavy feint to guard break, it wouldn't work. You couldn't catch people
how you always whiff.
You didn't have enough forward movement. So now that those heavies have more forward movement, you reach forward a lot more. You're able to target swap, hit more opponents. Works quite well. We've also updated all the trajectories on our side heavies, both neutral, chained, and finishers, to be able to hit external opponents much better. We've also slowed down the top light and chains and our finishers to 500 ms, right? So they used to be 4. So these used to be 400 ms, and the problem that we run into this is that at low level,
here we
400
go.
ms lights are really, really hard to work with. Already 500 are a little bit hard to react to for a lot of players.
No.
And we want players to at least have a chance to be able to block sometimes, right?
Fine.
But then when they're 400, it's a lot harder. And then at high level, the players are good enough that they're able to block top. And then if it's a side, they react and block the side. And if it's not a side, they just keep blocking top and they still block it. So that didn't work either. So with everything at 500, it incentivizes Valkyrie to do more heavies, do more into the shield tackle type of things, but still be able to use them and not be as frustrating at low level. Last but not least, in terms of attacks, we've also normalized recoveries of all of our chain attacks to be between 700 and 800 ms everywhere. It's a bit of a quality of life change, but it really helps Valkyrie be a little bit more safe in group fights.
Never mind. Okay, I gotta test this out myself because
we also have zone attack. So
because this forward momentum might actually help for heavy finishers.
Now 500 ms instead of 6. So that makes a big difference. It makes it a lot more usable.
Because I would hate my heavy finisher would always get dodged.
Both hits
on sweet
again,
timing.
So they match the weapon better. You can hit more people externally.
Or around this thing, or around that. It would always get dodged.
And finally, the last change we want to look at Valkyrie is Hunter's Rush, which is a sprint attack. So Valkyrie's sprint attack now initiates chains. So you can go Hunter's Rush into heavy, this, and so you can do all sorts of stuff with it. So it really helps her initiate when out of lock a lot better.
That's going to be kind of scary.
Sprint attack to get into her chains and let her initiate some more. So that's it for Valkyrie. Next up, we're going to look at Tiandi.
Tiandi.
Okay, so now let's look at Tiandi, right? So for Tiandi, we really want to focus on the dodge specialist aspect of the hero.
Oh, God.
As well as improving the hero's offense. Like, Tiandi had, like, some limited dodge cancels here and there. It really didn't live up to the dodge specialist name. And on top of that, his offense was a little bit lacking. It was difficult to open up people and get into the groove and really have proper offense with the hero. So we're looking at those two main aspects. So first up, we have flow like water, basically recovery cancels. So Tiandi can now recovery cancel every single attack into a dodge at 300 ms, right? So you can do
Let me see.
light into a dodge. You can do heavy into another heavy into a dodge if you want.
Okay.
You can even do it off of like Palm Strike or Dragon Kick that we're going to look into a little bit later. So essentially, we really wanted to have Tiandi be able to really be a good specialist into having dodge cancels.
I feel like
they're a little bit slower than other dodge cancels.
I feel like that's what all the Woolen are specialists at dodging.
And
maybe except Nushia.
So we're really trying to like find a little different common ground for these, but this is really interesting. Works quite well and gives a lot of interesting things. Next up, we have Palm Strike. So Palm Strike used to be on backwalk and guard break. We've actually now put it on front dodge guard break instead. The reason for that being that at low level, the back guard break attacks are a little bit problematic because they're really hard to react to at low level, but they're also fully reactable at high level. And so that makes them not very good. They're okay as interrupt tools, kind of, but not really. So we really wanted to have it to be in a much more standardized position. So from front dodge guard break works quite well. And the other cool thing with that is that because it's now in front dodge, you can do interesting mix-ups like dodge cancels your attack into palm strike, reset your chain.
I see.
Keep going to what you have. So Tiandi really goes much further with this.
Yeah.
It might look like a strange change for some, but we really
I get it. I get the
that,
change. I get it.
That dodge.
I like it.
Really opens up Tiandi.
Yeah, it does.
We've also removed the unique follow-up it had. So when you do on live, when you do a palm strike, you used to have a heavy follow-up that was armored, top only. You could target swap, but it was a bit weird. And the problem with that move was that because it had like strange properties where it couldn't be parried. If the palm strike landed and you did that heavy against your opponent, the opponent that the palm strike landed on, that attack was unparryable. So that was kind of hard to read. And the other real niche move that it had was that it could kind of trade with dodge attacks if somebody was doing a dodge attack against your palm strike, for example. But because you now have access to both dodge cancels here, if you want to dodge attack somebody who dodged it, then you can do that. And you can also, if you still want that armor somewhere, you can dodge cancel a dodge for it heavy, which still has armor. So you can like
that's kind of crazy.
Palm, target swap, dodge for it heavy, and do all that sort of thing. So that still works quite well. So we really felt like that specific attack was no longer necessary, as it forced Tiandi down a very, very specific path that we didn't.
That's kind of crazy.
And the last thing that we have with palm strike is that actually it now leads to heavy finishers that you can change your stances to as well. So you can do like a left heavy finisher, right heavy finisher, same for lights. So now you can actually do this and hit somebody on the side with a trajectory if you like. Whereas before that was completely impossible.
Right.
So we really want to give like Tiandi a lot more viability in those outnumbered situations, be able to use those side heavy finishers, hit people externally, and get into that move. So next up we have Dragon Kick, right? So Dragon Kick was a bit of a weird move in that, yeah, you could kind of ledge with it, you can like push somebody into a wall and maybe get a follow-up, maybe luckily get it, like land a kick on somebody, lands next one of your allies, they get a heavy on him. But it's still, like, in most situations, it was actually better for the defender to just get hit by the Dragon Kick or react to Kensei doing, to Tiandi rather, doing a soft feint dodge or whatever. So we've done two things to really help remedy this, right? So Dragon Kick can now be feinted. So you can just straight up feint Dragon Kick and go for a guard break if you like to catch dodge attempts. And it also now a
confirms damage
follow-up on heavy attack. So that every time you do land a Dragon Kick, you do get a heavy attack afterwards.
Oh, brother.
So now there's
Tiandi's a beast.
Tiandi's
a beast.
For your opponent to actually want to trade it.
Tiandi is a beast, bro. I'm picking him up.
I'm
picking him up.
And just taking
him up.
Damage or very, very
He's a beast.
Damage. So we really tried to get Dragon Kick to be a much more threatening move for Tiandi. And then we now have side dragon dodges. So they used to be 1100 MS, so that's super slow. They couldn't, like, it was really difficult to really punish bashes and like faster attacks with side dragon dodges, side dodge heavies, for example, because the problem that we started having is that because it's so slow, a lot of bashes could just miss. You would do that move, and then your opponent would be able to block in time almost every single time. With them being faster, they're now 800 MS, so they should be able to catch a lot more bashes when you dodge them.
Yes, there we go.
But to do that, we also remove the extended dodge properties because it's faster. Having extended dodge properties on that move is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You were able to like side dodge quite a bit. It was super, super strong. We've also lowered the side movement a little bit. It's still good, but it's a little bit less. But as Alex in front of me was graciously playing with me right now to show you the changes, showed you can still soft feint it. Right,
Tiandi is going to be so crazy, especially for the guys who've been playing them.
So it's
and
not
like they mastered
the move
movement.
A little bit.
Oh my goodness.
You can still use it in a lot of situations, but it should now be actually useful at beating bashes. And like we've seen, you can do like really, really crazy shenanigans where you do side dodge heavy into a front dodge palm into a lot of stuff. So again, this really opens up Tiandi quite a bit to do a lot of crazy, interesting shenanigans there and go there. So the last things we want to look at are quality of life changes on Tiandi. So first up is finishers on when you're out of lock are now side attacks. They used to be top, so you can do heavy there. So that should help Tiandi get a much better minion clear without having to resort to having like dodge cancels or sort of stuff. You can now go and just mash heavies on the side and be able to get better lane clearing abilities.
Okay.
We've also improved the trajectories for the side heavy finishers. It's kind of hard to show right now, but they're way better at catching external opponents. Again, they match the weapon better as well, so it's a big improvement there for Tiandi. And we've also removed all the stamina damage and stamina pauses on all of his bashes. So on Palm, on Dragon Kick, there's no longer stamina damage or pause. We also removed the stun on Dragon Kick because it didn't really do anything. So it's a lot of like small changes for quality of life, and then the other changes which don't seem like much but really, really, really help the character feel a lot like have much better flow.
Facts. I like it.
Better offense, better defense. So,
might have to pick them up.
Hopefully the characters
might have to try them out, guys. Going to definitely try them. Well, yeah, I'm going to try them out for sure.
Counter guard break changes. All right, so now we're going to look at counter guard break changes finally. So we've done a small change where
please don't screw me over.
Counter guard break, you now have frame advantage for 1 frame, right? And we also push opponents a little bit less far. So I'm going to guard break Alex here. You can counter guard break, right? So we're pushed a little bit less far, but also the person that did the counter guard break has frame advantage for 1 frame. That might not.
I don't like that. I think this is gonna mess up my strategy that I like to use a lot, where I would spam guard breaks. Hold on, wait, let me see.
Not seem like a big change, but what it does do is that, let's say I'm gonna guard break Alex, he's gonna counter guard break, and then I'm gonna mash guard break, and he's gonna throw a heavy, and let's see what happens.
No, man.
See, so on live right now, so you saw that I did a guard break.
I knew it. Damn. Now I gotta get good now. Damn. This, you guys might not know, but I just took a huge blow. When I needed offense, this is what I would go to, guys. This is what I would go to when I needed offense. If I knew somebody was gonna throw a heavy, because when I play these guys, when I play people, right? They don't want to light me. Okay, I get a lot of people that I play that refuse to press their light button, right? And they'll only start with heavy. So I'm like, okay, I'll just spam guard break until I catch your heavy. Basically, I can't do that no more. Now I have to get good. I just took a big hit, guys. Damn.
Guard break, I fully buffered it. My guard break bounced and the heavy landed, right? So what this does is that 1 frame of frame advantage lets your opponent, that's the person that did the counter guard break, throw out anything but a light or a guard break. You can do like other options, but basically the idea is that like right now on live, whenever somebody guard breaks, if your opponent counter guard breaks, the only thing either player can do is throw a light, because guard break will catch anything else. It'll catch heavies, it'll catch dodges, it'll catch absolutely everything.
Yep, it will.
And so it makes it that you end up becoming very, very predictable, and guard break becomes a very, very good tool to really stop offense here.
Yeah.
Whereas now, when you manage to successfully counter guard break, you have more options. It doesn't mean that you don't get guaranteed damage or anything, but you have more options. It makes you less predictable.
Right.
And so it doesn't make sure that you're always going to throw a light.
Right. That's what I would, and that's what I would wait for.
Always parry it. And you get into that.
And that's how I would get people. That's how I would get people who only wanted to start with heavies. Like, let's say they're using a character that has very strong heavies, like Raider, like Hitokiri, like anyone whose offense can be solely relying on heavies. Like, you could choose any character. And the way I would get them to throw a light at me was to spam guard break until they were forced to like throw a light. And I would like wait. I would like throw a guard break. I would mash guard break like twice in a row. Like just mash it. And then I would wait a split second to see if they were going to throw a light. And then I'll press guard break again. And in their mind, they're thinking, oh, he's just mashing guard break. Let me throw a light to beat it. And then I would parry the light. And then I would get that. That's how I would get my offense going. But now I can still do it. But I'm not going to get as much damage. And 2, it's just going to be a lot harder to get the punish, because they can throw the heavy, then they can feint the heavy, then I got to make another read, maybe 2 extra reads just to get damage in. So it's going to be a lot more difficult. They're going to have a bit more, options.
That route where, especially at a high level, guard breaks were becoming a problem, and people would just like mash guard break all the time.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
And the only thing you could really do is either light or guard break, and it didn't quite work.
Yeah.
So with this change, you can really land heavies afterwards. You can do a lot of different things. And the other thing you can do is that we'll show it with Alex right now. If I throw a guard break and he counter guard breaks, I'm going to try to back roll, and you'll see that he can mash guard break down.
Yeah. Now wait. Let me see.
Actually catch my back roll.
Let me see. Hold on. Yeah. And then now if he GBs again, since they reduced the movement, I should be able to catch.
See, so
no. Okay, never mind.
Tried to back roll here, and his guard break caught me. So it means that it's much harder to defend yourself with a dodge, with different options, after your opponent counters your guard break. We did this, so we want to have guard break.
I'm wondering, because a problem I had, y'all, sorry for keep pausing the video, but a problem I had was when I would fight Shaman, and Shaman would apply bleed on me. I would get a guard break, right? And once they counter guard break, the distance they had between me and the Shaman, if I were to mash guard break, because I would know, okay, Shaman wants to go into the backstep bite. And the problem was that after you counter guard break, there was too much space in between y'all. So Shaman could backstep, and then your guard break will whiff, free bite. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully now I can just mash guard break and catch any Shaman that just wants to mash back dodge into bite. But I don't know.
They'll be useful in the game, right? They're still very good. They still guarantee heavies. None of that changed. But we want it to be that there is a little bit of risk associated to it, and the person that actually successfully defended has a bit more of an advantage here. So that's going to be it for testing grounds.
Well,
I really want to give a big shout out to Alex. Unfortunately, he can only be my body bag right now. So, but thank you very much. We had technical issues where he couldn't join the.
Well, I think that's it. Thank you, JC, for this. I appreciate it. I just, we gotta adapt. We gotta no more mashing guard break, at least too much. I think I'll still be able to mash it, but I just gotta be a bit more careful when I do it. But I mean, in all, I like these changes. I mean, there's not a single change in here that I didn't necessarily like. Like, I like them all. They're great changes to the game, and I can't wait to test it out on the 15th. So guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm out, baby. I'm out. Peace.